everybody, and welcome to the Lucky Ones podcast. I'm your host, Lucky Wood, and we are on a special night with a very special guest. I'm joined tonight with Amanda Mad Marshall. Hello, hello. And of course, you know the beauty next to us. She is not only a beauty, but an incredible beast. Miss Gabi Vasconcelos, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Hi, everyone.
So,
Thanks for having me.
of course, thank you for hopping on. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited to have you tonight. And next week, in exactly 10 days, we will see the Shaw Classic come about. And so I believe it starts on the 15th. And I believe that's the same night as your super match, correct?
Yeah, as far as I know, so it's a three-day event, like an expo and competition. So the arm wrestling things, all related to it, is gonna happen on Friday the 15th.
Friday
Yeah.
the 15th. Awesome. So I think the Shaw Classic starts on the 14th. So that will kick us off, and then arm wrestling happens on the 15th. And then I believe it goes into the 16th with the strongman side,
Yeah.
and the finals and all that stuff will close out the weekend. So that's really cool. So
hmm
tell us about your match. So there was obviously you were on two different posters, so tell us about that for the Shaw Classic.
Right, yeah. That's a shame because I was really, really excited for the first match. Not that I'm not for that one, but because of the history that we had, I was supposed to pull Sarah left, and unfortunately, she got hurt and had to go under surgery again, which I felt really bad for her. But thank God she's healing just fine, and we'll be back
Oh, definitely.
stronger as she's always been, and hopefully even better,
Right.
because she's super focused and um, I think she's on a really, really good path, very inspiring. So,
Definitely.
yeah, and well, and because both of us has we had only pulled left once, like back in 2012, and I lost pretty badly, like it was 6-0 to her, and then since then we never pulled left again. So
Right.
we were very close in practice in left. So we
Nice.
were both excited for it, and but I think maybe another opportunity will come up and we'll do it because I think we became really good friends in the last couple of years,
Good.
which didn't happen before, and I think both of us grown up, got more matured, and actually we didn't have the opportunity to become that close of a friends before, and we only met when we were pulling against each other, and well, you don't really want to like be
Right.
all friendly with your opponent, and we never had the opportunity to do that before. So I'm really glad that the first time that we had that chance, we really took it like really deep, and
Right.
she became a really good friend of mine, and I'm always like cheering her up and wishing her the best. So that's no different now, and I'm really seeing her super healthy and motivated. So I think she's gonna come back stronger
Right.
and really like wanting to prove herself again.
Right.
And I think we cannot like take a very motivated and hungry for victory Sarah. So I'm really looking forward to it. And
Definitely.
then and then now I'm pulling Jocelyn, which is
Right.
like super new to me. It's well, she is new to to the sport, but she's coming strong and um just like knocking everyone out of her way. And I just hope I'm not in the next one.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I have no idea really what to expect because it it has like the unknown factor into it. Like I've never pulled her, I've never really met her before. So I don't know. Both Sarah and Egle pull different from me and from themselves.
Right.
So she beat one, she lost another. It's not really like, it doesn't say much. And
Right.
how,
The math
like, how
doesn't
to,
math.
yeah, it doesn't really matter because, like, in the old saying that style makes match, I don't know how it's gonna be against me. I'm always like short arms, short hand, like small hands, and she's taller, bigger, uh, longer arms. So it's always hard for me when it comes to that. But at the same time, being the super big girl I am, I'm kind of used to it. So everyone has a taller arm and a bigger hand than mine.
Right.
But I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm really
So I
excited.
heard in Brian Shaw's interview that you actually chose her. Like he asked you who would you like, and you chose Jocelyn. Is he being truthful about that?
Well, yeah, because well, at first was going to be a left hand match.
Gotcha.
So I was like, well, Jocelyn just beat Sarah. I can pull her left
Right.
because it was not going to be an East versus West event.
Right.
I do believe though, and I told him that if it was an East versus West event from the beginning, I probably wouldn't choose her because
Gotcha.
I think she just lost to Egle, and I'm above Egle now from our last match. So I think she would have to take another step before getting to me.
Fair.
But then it became just one thing, and that's fine.
Right. Right.
Just like, well, I'm better right-handed anyway, so I was like, it's fine with me.
Sure.
I always just thinking on the ranking side of it, like
Right.
the logical side of it. Even she mentioned that after beating Sarah, that she would have to beat Eglin and then get to me to get to Barbara.
Right.
But that's fine. I mean, um, I'm really hoping to win, and and not that I don't believe she's strong enough or whatever. I
Right.
just have to believe in myself,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, and
and
I think we talk about that a lot on the show of just like being confident in yourself, but also knowing that like a part of a respect for them is to show up being your best self. You know,
right, yeah,
show up being
exactly.
strong and show up with that mindset of like I want to win, so that they can have the best match too. So,
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not gonna go easy at all. And I would never do that. I don't ever do that. Like that's not me.
right,
And and especially out of respect to her, I just gonna go and do my best and hopefully get the win out of it. And I don't know, show her what's the top two is about.
very cool. So for left hand on the since we're talking about ranks, left hand you're still number one, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
I have not defended it though ever since I
okay,
won it.
gotcha.
It's been like
Because East
it's gonna
versus West doesn't like left-handed match.
yeah, it's gonna be like 3 years maybe. I
Oh
think it
wow.
was I don't know, I forgot. I think it was when I pulled Egle, but I pulled both arms and I got the title for both arms and then that was it. I never pulled anyone left again. But it's been a very hard couple of years since that match. That was like the last time I pulled with no pain at
Okay.
all. Like that I could train like the best I could that I like that was probably my peak out of the last couple of years because I was like 100% healthy in my arms. I didn't have pain to train. I could give my 100% every time I wanted and not just when that was like too close not to try. Like I don't know. And it's been really hard because I treated, I took some time off. I didn't train. I trained harder. I've been trying to do a lot of different things, but it's not really working to the point where I'm like, okay, I have no pain. I can do whatever. It's just me trying to do whatever hurts less this
Right.
couple of years. But so it feels very frustrating for me because I hate training in pain, and then it becomes something that I don't enjoy at all. Like it's very just because I have to instead of let me try to do this and improve that and whatever. It's just like let me just get done with it and go home. So it does get better when I have a match though, but it's more mental motivation than physical ability to do more things. It's just like it's just me pushing through it because I really don't like losing and I have to keep myself up there. But yeah, I wish I don't know, I could just get some new elbows. And but with the rest of it, like the same same
Strength
strength
and
and all
everything.
that. Maybe a little bit longer fingers would be nice too, but that's that's something I can work with. Yeah,
I'm just
but
thinking of that old like torture stuff where they like put people on like the rack and they like stretched them out or whatever.
yeah, yeah, a little bit of bigger hand would be nice, but that's fine as well. It's just it makes it harder, but it makes it more valuable. I don't know. Is there something like that?
Right. I don't think so, but
Yeah, I'm just making it up.
I guess science will tell one day. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, you recently though did have very huge success, I believe, in Brazil. Correct? You came in first, right, and left.
It was in Argentina for the
Argentina.
Pan
Okay.
Am Championship. Yeah,
Very cool. Very cool.
that was
And
very nice.
how was that?
I was very happy with that because I could see at least well, there were some nice talents coming up. Like, and I think especially in the men's categories, the guys are really good technical wise. It seems like they really know what they're doing. They have uh, good junior athletes. So I see a good future for the South American arm wrestling. So it's really nice because it it only gets better if you have enough competition. So having the other countries around us, like because Brazil has always been the one with uh, more athletes being the reference in South America. There were like tournaments there were countries that didn't have athletes to send, and now it's becoming obviously more popular worldwide and also here. And with that many information online, people are training better, wiser, and smarter, or whatever, and they are becoming better sooner than we used to. I believe. So I think it's very nice and it's very good for all the South American athletes to have more to look for like in the competition when it's around here. And that would encourage them to go further as well, like to Europe or to the United States, where they can be seen and known from the like the big public. That's what I believe. Mm.
Definitely. Yeah, social media has been really great about that too, being able for people to get their faces out there if they can develop that presence on
Yeah,
social media.
But yet, arm wrestling still was bigger before social media. Like women, there were still more women and there was
yeah,
more money. There was still more money.
Right.
So, like, it's interesting how it was then to how it was now. And like, I feel like a lot of people are fighting to get more of it back then, but there's a fight between the passion and the money.
yeah,
So, and I think that's always going to happen to some degree. But when you listen to people who've been pulling for 30 years and they're like, wow, like it's so different. It really is. You could find tournaments with massive amounts of money constantly. And now it's, for a lack of a better term, it's a little chump change. So is pulling for worlds and titles like, to me, I mean, I'm not money value, but having a title to me is more important, especially with my age and coming in late. So I would like to have that. To me, that's just going, yeah, I worked my butt off to go pull with the best of the women in my age group and in my weight class, but I know I'm
yeah.
not.
That's why there are just different categories, like just for you to have a fair competition and still have like title that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing for like lots of years. So for over like, I don't even know, I lost count on how many times I just put all my money into going to Worlds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would still do it. Like I stopped going to Worlds. I went last time in 22,
Okay.
and just because it became like too expensive. It would be like taking all of our savings going to Worlds because our money values less than $1. So it's like 5 times less, 5.5. So if I and I don't make 5 times more.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, so it's just like in my mind, I'd have to spend like 20 to 30 grand to go to Worlds, me and my husband.
Yeah.
And that's just like,
And
I
for
don't know,
me,
that's
that's
my
just
year's
mind
salary.
blowing that,
And
you have all these world titles and you would still have to put like, and I get the fairness of that too. Like, like instead of just, oh, we're gonna have Gabby come and she's gonna beat everybody and it's on our dime, like I get that, like that might look a little but at the same time, like all the work and effort and talent that you bring to this sport, it blows my mind that people aren't just like, here you go, Gabby, go to worlds. That's
well,
crazy.
from my understanding too, a lot from back in the day didn't come out of our pockets. Like we didn't have to pay for jerseys. We didn't have to pay for a lot of like inexpensive stuff, but now more comes out of your pocket as an athlete. I personally think if you win so many stepping stones, entry fee should definitely be avoid because you won your spot. You genuinely won your spot, so you shouldn't have to pay for entry fee. Um, I think, especially if you beat so much, I feel like if you're one of those top elite pullers coming in, at least 50% of your fee should be kind of cut because flight and hotel alone with food, I think that should be taken in,
Yeah,
account
that
for.
was great, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
I'm doing
rally the troops for y'all.
I'm doing my first worlds here in September and my butt cheeks hurt about how much is coming out of, So,
So
I
you're
mean,
going to WAF?
yeah, I'm going to go pull masters and my first time because I know this might sound I don't mean to come off in a negative way, but where I want to go with the time that I have and is I want to be the best that I can be and I want to chase those butt whippings and those losses. So how am I going to do that if I'm pulling the same people over and over in the States?
Yeah, I love
So,
that mentality. I've seen myself saying that's exactly the same thing to many different people, men, guys,
hmm
kids, young, old. Like there's nothing like winning a world title at the WAF Worlds.
yeah.
Like no disrespect to any other competition. I don't even like I know I'm the East versus West left hand world champion, but I have 34 world WAF titles. I don't count East versus West world titles as world titles because they are like I don't know, they feel different for me. And
Gotcha.
I think like I would much rather like I've said that to some people before, like I much rather go to WAF and just be last place than go to like I don't know that whatever other competition names world title is and be their world title. Like it doesn't have the same weight, doesn't feels the same, and I honestly don't respect as much.
I totally get that because when you're pulling in a tournament, you're pulling several women. When you're pulling a one and done kind of thing,
Yeah,
it's so short-lived. And it's like, okay, I can train for that one person, but how do you train for 10, 15 women? You know?
exactly.
Because you're gonna like I'm gonna come up to the table and I'm gonna pull you, and you're already going to know how to adjust to me quicker than I can even think straight. So like the levels is just different. It really is,
Yeah,
especially for new people coming in. And then you go to WAP, you pull all these women, and then you're going back to the whole different type of training aspect of going, oh, I've got to tighten the F
yeah.
up,
It's a very reality check when you're there.
Yeah, it's like eating humble pie over and over, and you got like 10 servings of it. So, and then again, you're finally going somewhere where you're going to pull an abundance of women instead of going and being the only woman, going and pulling three different women and then pulling in so many different weight classes. So women show up at Worlds. Women don't always show up at tournaments.
Right.
So, you know,
And one thing is like the environment there, there's nothing like it. Like I've been to over, I don't know, 15 worlds, and it's always there was not once that wasn't cool. That wasn't like a cool experience that you would just enjoy it from the beginning to the end. And you see a lot of people, different people, and then you make friends, and then it's nice to go back and see friends that you just saw like once last year, but then you see them and it feels like it was yesterday. It's like super nice, and everyone is there for the same purpose. Everyone is also having fun and open to knowing each other, and it's good quality of arm wrestling all around. So it's like it's overwhelming in all the good aspects of it. So it's super nice. Like I would go every year if I could. So
yeah.
I really, really recommend it. And all the people that I said they are going for the first time, that you're gonna love and gonna go want to go every year, they always went back to me and said, "You're right. Like I want to go back next year." So
I did
it's super
awful,
fun.
but I can't wait to go back.
Right, yeah. And it's like it's so good in so many different aspects that even if you go there and just lose, it's just fire to the like you want to go back and train to go back there and see what you can do next year, because it's different from pulling different weight classes. You're really out if you lose too all. But like but then it's like you feel like, oh, what if I had done like, and then you go back to your place
You
and you
learn
want to just
so
try.
much that you want to start
Yeah,
applying all that
Yeah.
knowledge to your training of like, all right, this is
exactly.
how I lost this match. This is what I need to work on to get better. This is how I lost this match. This is what I need to work on to get better.
I
And then
can't
you can
wait to get her again and her again because I think I've got a lane, but
Yeah.
so
And then you start like you see the list of pullers that you're gonna pull, and then you like you try to imagine who's gonna be the hardest, the easiest, and then like you see Kazakhstan, and then you freak out, and then it's like it's always something like that. Like there's this.
I do have a win on a Georgia girl though, so I'm gonna take that
See?
one to my grave.
Oh, you have. You must.
Because there's not,
Yeah, it's
I
really
lose
nice.
to the Canadians. I will own that, but I do win against Georgia. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's really nice because then you start memorizing names, which I'd never do because I'm really bad with names.
Right.
And then and then you try to see like who's pulling who, and then you start seeing like you watch the matches and you try to see what's gonna like to learn or to predict what's gonna happen, how each one is gonna pull how, and then it's like it's super nice. It's a very very nice moment, and then you learn a lot from everything that's happening there. Like even if it's just like hanging out with people from different countries, you
Yeah.
just uh, exchanging cultures and knowledge, but at the same time everyone knows one thing in common, and that is arm wrestling. So you have something in common with everyone there. It's super nice.
Yeah, you have something to
Yes.
talk about.
Right.
Right, yeah. And basically that's what you're going to talk about for the whole week, but you don't get enough.
No, I get
Oh,
it.
that'd be so cool. That sounds amazing. Yeah. Hey, Arm Historian, welcome in. Shout out to the chat. Thank you all for joining us. We got a bunch of people that tuned in. David Jansen wanted to know, Gabby, if you have another match set after EV19.
No, not yet.
Which
Waiting
is
for some
actually
call.
probably a good thing. Right, well, yeah. Well, y'all set her up, book her. But it's actually also probably a good thing too that you can just focus on this one and you're not necessarily thinking, all right, after this one, I got to do this and this and this and this. So that's kind of like one of
But
those
I mean,
double-edged.
yeah. One thing though that I miss from not going to Worlds every year is that I'm competing less, which I don't like. So if I had a match, I would be happier. Like if I had another match set, unless it was going to be like super closing times because I do need time to recover and prepare again. But uh, other than that, I would be happy because first of all, I love traveling. That's like my main passion. I just take I'm wrestling with it, but I don't know, traveling is better.
So
And then yeah, and then like having a goal, it's easier to train when you have a goal. I don't like being long times with no competition or no matches set because then I tend to get lazy and skip a practice or two or three.
No, I totally get that. You seem to ground in more. It's like, all right, I'm still training, but I'm training with a little bit more oomph for this and a more
Yeah.
passion for that. It just adds to the love when you're like, there's an extra goal to it. And I think every athlete's like that. Like while you're waiting for a race or a certain type of match or a strongman competition, it's like it's off season. What the hell do I do with myself? You're sitting in the shower just begging for a tournament. Somebody please call me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost
Unless
going
you're
through a
fair.
depression stage. Like you get a little depressed. It's like, I don't know what to do.
yeah, that
Yeah.
that in between seasons can be a downer for sure.
Yeah. So
So so I guess my question then too is, so after this Shaw Classic, collaboration with East versus West 19, do you go back to Barbara or do you look at some of these ladies that are coming in that are strong women and give them a shot to prove themselves? Like what are your thoughts?
Well, I think that East versus West won't want me to pull Barbara right away.
Right.
Like, I think they will have someone else have a chance at her before I have a third chance.
Sure.
So I don't know. I thought that like in right-handed, it's hard because like I lost to Barbara, Egli lost to Barbara, I beat Egli, and then Egli just beat everyone else behind me. So
Right.
it's like I think maybe would have a rematch with Egli, see if she could beat me, and then she would have a second chance at Barbara. But I don't know. I don't really watch my matches, but from what I know, I gave Barbara a harder time than Egli. So I
Right.
don't know how she would like. I don't know how she would prepare to try to do something different. But I thought like from pulling both that would be more even of a match. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
I think that's good because
That's fair.
I'm sitting here thinking, who in between Egle and you would Jocelyn go for next, or vice versa? Like you're in the open weight category, and there's only like three of you, and who's the in between when you're just going to cycle and over, and no,
Sophia.
well, no offense to anybody. Sometimes for me, seeing the same pullers pull each other over and over is very boring and blasé and just it's like, okay, you're beating a dead horse. Go back, leave it alone for a year or two, gain something and come back. So like you said, like coming back to you makes more sense. But who
Yeah.
who are the in between you guys?
Yeah,
I
and that's why I was really happy with Jocelyn showing up. Like
Yeah.
it
Agreed.
definitely gave something there, like put
Right.
something to mix.
She
Like
literally threw her name in the ring and has been
yeah,
boxing around.
and like again the same way I'm gonna say this because that's what I believe it happened. The same way it happened to me, like when I pulled Sarah in 19. Um, I was already a world champion many times, but people didn't know me. That's what I felt from the pre-match, like from the, that much hate I got from pulling her. Oh my god, it was unbelievable. But anyways, it made me known by the American public that usually takes on like who is famous or not. So,
Mhm.
Right.
and then I think that's the same thing happened to her. Like she was really uh fortunate to pull Sarah at that round robin thing and beating her. Like it's not that she pulled Sarah pulled all these other girls there, but she
So
having
did
lost
Jocelyn.
to Jocelyn put Jocelyn on the map. Like so I think most of us on to Sarah, like our fame, like our recognition, because she's the most famous one on the female arm wrestling.
I
And then like Jocelyn beating her twice not only showed that she was like typical once, but that she was good enough to beat her twice convincingly. So I think um, it's it's good for us to have another one in the mix to pull. But yeah, let's see how she does against me now.
yeah. I think like I pointed out with Jocelyn, you got so much hate when you beat Sarah, and then Jocelyn got so much hate when you beat Sarah, because in reality, y'all were not only pulling a great athlete, but you were pulling America's sweetheart. Because not only
Right.
is
Yeah.
she's such an amazing athlete, she's a good freaking person. Like she is who you see on and off the table. There's nothing faker about Sarah. So you guys had to fight against a personality too, not just a freaking warrior. So y'all were underdogs no matter what. But the fact that each of you give each other that line of respect, going, oh, you're going to pull me and we're going to have a battle and we're going to love it. And I don't care what the weight class is. There's just this utmost line of respect. And I think that people forget to see that. And then y'all built that relationship and everything now, and it's just class acts out of all of you. So I like that. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah. And it's funny because now, like what I feel, it's with East versus West, I'm always on the West side, obviously. So every time I'm competing, I'm on the West against someone from the East, and then like all Americans, they're on my side. So I have the crowd there.
Yep.
And now I don't know what's gonna happen because then I have Jocelyn as a Canadian coming in, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see like who everyone's gonna be cheering on.
I think she has to fight the same thing. Because since
I feel
Sarah's
so
not there,
too.
you're the next American sweetheart for us. Don't get me wrong, Lucky and I love Jocelyn. We are just ecstatic that she's here because we absorb her for USA too. And she's like our diamond in a rough, our like go-to for hopefully if she does beat you, she gets the next one. Like, but you're also our USA as well. So it's
Yeah,
like, damn you ladies.
Right. And so like I mean just like when Jocelyn pulled Sarah, like that was a really hard match for me, because I was there, the first time at the round robin. And so part of me did want to see, Sarah, get that crown back, and take back that. But the other part of me was like, pop off, Jocelyn. You're new on the scene. You're doing all the things, you're training, you're working hard, go get your golds, girl. And so this match is very similar to that, where I absolutely adore you, that. But I have, nothing but respect too for Jocelyn. And so like I'm just like, why this position. I hope you both win. Like, just stay deadlocked in the middle, like the entire time, and then Brian be like, "All right, you both can win. Here you go."
I'm sorry, I can't promise you that. Definitely not.
I think it's just great to see us women getting new upcomers getting their shot, just being seen more. And it's just no matter what, win or lose, Jocelyn is still going to have more. And I think that's what people need to remember because WAF is, I believe, her goal too, is she wants worlds as well,
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's great for her. Like, I think it's just like, she pulled Egle, and before that, she hasn't pulled anyone outside from like Canada and US.
Right.
So just gripping up with someone so different, like with different schools or different experience, she's gonna feel different with me as well. But like, it has some, I don't know, it's gonna open her mind even more. So I think it's just great for everyone to have that experience at least once.
Yeah.
I'm a big defender of WAF World, so you got it.
Yeah,
I
I think when no matter where you're pulling to, you get different refs. You feel like there's favoritism, there's biasness.
Yeah.
So it's how do you adjust? How do you mentally prepare? She probably pulled Egle and she's like, oh, I know there's something there. Let me go back and train different.
That third round against Egle was heartbreaking. That was hard to watch her lose on fouls, to be honest. Like, because you saw in the second match, she had something for her in the strap. And I feel like if she had been able to get into that strap that third round, it might have turned around a little. Maybe not. I don't know. But it's hard. It's just hard to watch a match end on fouls when you're like, what if?
And again, you have someone who is new and is strong and is powerful, but she went up against somebody who is strong and powerful, but skilled and who's been doing it. So I think that's the only thing that hurts against her is time. She's going to get it. She still has time on her side to get better and stronger and learn what y'all already know. And, so that's, yeah.
And also this, I mean, I don't know how strict rules can be at like to local tournaments, but having these foreigners and WAF referees applying the rules, like you can't really be trying to talk into the referee and having your way unless you're Devon. So you have to just be quiet. Cut that part. He's gonna kill me.
We'll edit it out.
He's not.
Okay.
He's gonna say, "Oh, you're right."
Yeah. Not live right now, Gabi. Nobody heard that. No, Amanda will tell you. I was one that clickbait.
Directly, like unless you're you, I can't be like trying to convince the ref that I'm the rules like. So, yeah.
Have they told you who the refs are for y'all's match?
Not my match in specific, but we'll have Butcher and Bill Collins.
Okay.
And Oleg's from Latvia. And Victor from Denmark, I believe. No, Czech Republic.
Now, like so were these refs that? So obviously, because this was the Shaw Classic, and y'all had the 4 matches that Brian had already planned for, did he like bring in like East versus West refs already for the Shaw Classic, or did you have to like cancel those refs and bring in those refs? Do you know?
I don't know. Okay. No, I didn't know the refs before they were announced as the East versus West referees.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I was just curious because I wasn't sure how that part worked of it, because especially with it becoming a collaboration and now having to follow certain rules and stuff like that. So, which I just, side note, everybody who's complaining about these matches, y'all, like, it was the Shaw Classic before, and then it became East versus West. So please stop complaining about the matches.
Yeah. when they first started, they had 3 matches. That was me and Sarah, uh, Brian and Brandon, and Eddie and the other guy. I forgot his name.
Robert.
Yeah, so that was like one real arm wrestling match with 2 arm wrestlers and the 2 ladies.
Right.
And from what I know, they each like put in 5 matches. So there are 5 Brian Shaw, Shot Classic matches made by
Right.
him, and another 5 from East vs West.
Very cool.
And I just learned today that I'll be the 3rd match.
Ooh. Nice.
It's never
You-
happened before.
Which match have you always been?
One of the lasts.
Yeah, you're just
Oh,
talking about how you hate being last. So yeah, I feel like
I
I
don't.
feel like
I mean, I do know. I do think though that like I wasn't really happy with that because I don't hate being the last. I think um I'm not gonna say this.
say it.
I'll say
No.
it. I'll say what I think you're gonna say. I'll say what I think you're gonna say. When you save the women for the last, half the people leave and nobody will stay and watch us. You need to put us in the middle. You need to blend us because you're entertaining to watch. That's what I was thinking you were gonna say.
I think she's
No,
saying
I
more
just
of
I at
of
the
a
same time.
hierarchy. I
Yeah.
think she's
What?
saying more of a hierarchy
Yeah.
because she's one of the real arm wrestling matches.
I agree. I feel like
Yeah, I think they will always
exhibition
save
ones.
the best for last. Although people don't, they are gonna be tired to watch it. Being 10 matches, it's not gonna take a whole bunch of time. Unless like 16 matches that
I know
we
Devin
usually.
is 2 of those matches. So it might.
Yeah, he has 2. Oh my God, it's gonna take forever. He has right and left arms.
You're gonna be like, please let me go before Devin because
Yeah,
like
yeah. I think I like this place now. But yeah, I think I just like me being like top 2 in the world, and Jocelyn, let's say, put her in top 4. We are like one of the best of our classes, and I would have to put us like in the main matches, not in the first matches. I don't know if they see it like that.
yeah. I think starting off with a decent real arm wrestling match, then an exhibition, then rotate them because
Mm.
you're gonna keep the crowd there because a lot of people are not gonna want to see the exhibition ones because you're gonna think of injury. A lot of people also don't think arm wrestlers that have not been arm wrestling really deserve shots at some of these events that they're getting ahead of people who have been training longer. The downfall is everybody knows Brian he loves arm wrestling, you know.
Yeah, I think though
He
that
loves the sport.
I think it's really nice what he's doing because he's giving us a really big stage,
Yes.
and with
Oh yeah.
a completely unknown to our sport crowd to have the chance to fall in love with it as we are.
Exactly.
But what I think people should understand is that they have to think as at the business side of it as well. Like
Mhm.
I completely understand, and I feel for the athletes that don't get their shots, but maybe they would have to try and mix like unknown but very very good athletes with just maybe famous people that are that good, and try to balance the event out with something that is entertaining for the crowd and something that is entertaining for our wrestling like athletes, because even fans sometimes they don't really understand. They just want to that athlete, that character,
Right.
not like how good technique wise, like how he applies that technique and whatever, like not in a very
Yeah, they
like
don't know to
specific
learn it.
aspect.
Right. I
Yeah,
feel like
so
it's like the TikTok fan where like they scroll and they want to see the pin and then they're like, oh, that's so cool. And then they scroll on. But then when they tune into those actual matches and people are fighting for the grip and people are arguing with the ref and people are, going back
And
and
you're
forth,
like,
they're
what's
like,
going on? What are
what the
these
heck? I
rules?
thought they
Yeah.
were just gonna grab hands and pin each other.
Well,
Yeah.
you could also look at it like this. So sometimes you have to talk through the negative to see the positive. A lot of times you don't know about a sport or hear about upcoming sports until you go to like a fit expo, you know. I mean, I grew up watching, over the top, and I always thought I never knew arm wrestling was a legit thing until I went to a female fitness type of expo and I met Heidi. So it's a good way to bring people to see it because arm wrestling is a legit sport. It should be recognized way more. Like the fact that some sports get even get more money than us and they're not even athletic sports. I mean, I'm sorry, curling at the Olympics,
Y'all
and
can
I'm
make
not
it a
talking about barbell,
cornhole
I'm talking about sweeping the snow. I can't do it. And we have, what is it, cornhole and pickleball? Like
pickleball
you
is
can make money. And I'm like,
I
but
must confess, I once spent 4 hours watching a curly game at the Olympics. I was
I just
like, what the,
let me know
I was
I
like,
just
what
want
the
to know
hell
the
is
term.
that? That's so boring.
I just,
Like 1 hour later, I was like, that's so boring. And then like 4 hours later, I was like, that's so cool. Like I don't know what got me into it. I was literally watching it for 4 hours.
and
And
that's what we want
um,
people to do with arm wrestling.
it's just like it's the thing. Like once you understand how it works, it you get involved somehow. Like I was literally like knowing what was going on. So before I could understand, I was really like, that's so stupid. But then I understood, and it made sense for me. So
You had to
I
work through
could
the
like,
negative.
yeah. So that's why I think having a schooling there, it's gonna be really, really beneficial to the sport because we're gonna have like this, and it's the right crowd to achieve like strong people, right?
Strong people. Right, exactly.
And
Like
it's
these are
strong
the
people
people that
that
we
like they
want
do
to
all this.
start
Wouldn't be
showing up.
funny? I mean, like they have all these different events to prove who is stronger, and they have the events, and they add points to like whoever, like however they finish, like how many points they get to different events. There's not like there wouldn't be bad if they add an arm wrestling match in between them, because they have
Not at
like
all.
direct battles. Like let's say the athlete zones, they have to compete against each other like one on one. So they would just put in a wrestling match there because it's what is the easiest way to measure who is stronger? Obviously, it's not only strength, but that's
Yeah.
very it's very
Flat
appealing to
fighting.
the public. Like everyone can relate. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be really. I'm all for it. I think the one thing that would be like everybody, but like I mean, and that's what everybody's like: break your arm, break your arm, break your arm. But like my thing is like, do y'all not see what they do? Like, have you seen the rocks that they carry? Have you seen the giant weights that they
And
throw into the air?
and most important of all, they wouldn't just be caught up out of surprise. Like they
Yeah,
know the events that they have to do this at the Shock Classic for months now. They've been training for those specific events, and
right.
they would train for wrestling as well. And
Yep.
like no one better than Brian Addy to show that like they have strength enough to not get hurt in the first time, because like
Exactly.
I've had some bad injuries that the doctor said if you didn't have that much muscle, you would have breaking your arm.
Mm.
So they have so much more than me. They will not break their arms unless they do something really stupid, which they won't because they will be training for it.
Right.
And I think they've just been training in general for so long that they're
Yeah.
probably smart enough for the do's and the don'ts. And I mean, there's probably ego, but it's probably not going to be as bad driven as a new person, you know? So I don't know.
Yeah.
And think about it too. I think what a lot, like, I'm going to say this. I just don't want Brian to be another Larry Wheels. Produce, and love the sport, and then drop off. You know, you got the taste of it, and then you're gone. And so was
Wasn't really
what
his fault
Khalid.
though.
Khalid, I don't get into the drama. I'm just outsider perspective watching, and it's you want somebody to love it and stay in it as long as you've been doing it, Gabby. As long as my coach Chad Silvers, Ron Bath, all of them. You want somebody who's got all the spit and grit and this wants to see it grow. And I think that's the plus side about Brian. He's done all the strongman stuff that he's created his own to give back to it, and everybody
Yeah.
loves and respects for it. So I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping
Yeah,
for
I think
that.
like different from Larry Wills, like um Larry was still, I don't know, he's been trying all different kinds of stuff. So I don't think he's like, because Brian, he has done all he could do as far as an athlete in strongman. He
Mhm.
he retired before anything came up to him, and now he's figuring out that he's still young. He can try different things. He found on wrestling, and he found a way to help the sport that he likes it, and it's going to be good for him, good for the sport, and even for him, like if he wants to be successful in arm wrestling, he he needs more fans. He needs his fans to like arm wrestling as well, or
Mhm.
he will have like he won't
Well,
survive out of the arm wrestlers that already exist that
I,
well,
really
I
did
totally
you
get
right.
that.
So he needs them.
Because
right?
you need them to, you need the fans to love you. Like I love Ronda Rousey, but I'm not watching her do WWE, WWF. And it's also because she didn't pay her dues to get there. Her name got her there. You see Brian and Eddie, training, and don't get me wrong, they're silly and funny, but
But at the same time, Rhonda paved the way for a lot of the other ladies to come up though too.
that's MMA. That's not wrestling. There's a different path, and sometimes it can be a slap in the face to somebody who's been grinding for 15 years on one lane. You grinded in another lane, and you switched over when you lost. That's how outsiders see it. You lost your title, and then it was like, oh, let me go get another title from other people. That's how it looks. Is that the truth? No, but people don't really care about the truth on social media. They spill the drama. They stir that up. So I think Brian has a different type of fan base. I think he's already loved as a person, just like you and Sarah. So he's American sweet boy or whatever. People love him. Arm wrestlers that have met him are like, he's the nicest freaking guy. I don't know how to explain it. You need to be around him to get it. So I'm hoping that he does that. He does bring his fans over and they just love it as much. I already have friends that are fans of his and they like that I'm arm wrestling. So I'm like, well, if you like it, show up and be a spectator too. So that will help.
Yeah, and then like him having different people that like him that much. One thing that Neil Pickup always tell me, and I completely agree, is that we have different people in the audience and we have different characters in the athletes. So each people will relate to a different athlete. It doesn't matter like if they're the best or not. Like
Hmm.
if you can relate to one, you're gonna have their back no matter what. And
Backstory.
that's how we grow like the sports fan base by having different athletes with different characteristics
Right.
and different personalities,
Backgrounds.
and then
Right.
uh, attracting different people to like the sport because of their personalities. So that's how I see it growing, and then we'll have like this super strong women watching because of Brian, which will be amazing to have them interested in the sport, which, like you asked before, I don't know how many strong women are out there, but if they want a match, I can pull them.
Nice.
I love that.
I'm all about like challenging myself, and like we were saying, of not having many options. If I have a different option, I'm taking it, because I don't want to be settled in my comfort zone and
Mm-hmm.
just waiting for another shot at Barbara. I want to be proving myself and keep training with like with all my heart and with a goal in mind, and trying to proving myself that I'm good at still. So I need challenge, so I'm all for it.
I
Great.
feel, I feel like I'm always out there, like I'm at the doctor's office or the OBG. Oh, what do you do? Arm wrestling. We're looking for more women. Well, I'm kind of old. No, you're never too old. First of all, stop. What's the weight classes? Everything. We have them all.
Yeah, yeah.
Just come try it. It will stink at first. You will suck. It will hurt, but it gets better. You know?
It gets better, but it doesn't really. But it does.
Right.
It
You
is a
get
roller
used to it.
coaster.
You
You're
will
getting great.
hurt in a good way for the rest of your life.
Yep. You will think you're doing great, and then the next day you're like, I don't know. Crap.
That's
Or
the thing that I love the most. It's exactly what hooked me into the sport. When I first like had a big loss, and I didn't know what happened. I was like, I hate it. I have to train it now, because it was so easy before that, and I didn't feel challenged enough. I didn't feel like I didn't have to think too much. It was just like being strong. That's fine. But then when I lost, I was like, wait, I know I'm stronger, because I had just beaten the girl, and she just came again and beat me in a different way. And I felt she doing something different. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, it's not just about being strong. So when I start to realize that there's a lot more into it, like a lot of technique, a lot of strategy, a lot of tech training, whatever. And then I started to like the sport, and I was already like almost 2 years into it. So that's interesting. And it's been 25 years, and I'm still learning. So that's a non-ending process. That's what, like, you're never good enough. You never know everything. And it's always challenging, because
and
there's always someone new that is gonna come and take you out of your comfort zone. It's not gonna work with that person.
there's
And
always
then it
someone
has to
coming
go
after
back.
you.
All right.
Yeah, then like that thing that worked for years not gonna work with that one person, and then you have to go back and do it all again
Yeah. I said
in a
that's the
different
one
way.
I was telling my team, that's the one thing I love about this sport, that it doesn't come easy to me. And sometimes I feel so bad for them, because sometimes I catch it, sometimes I don't. So I feel like they're beating a dead horse over and over. But I come back and I'm just like, okay, I've got it. And then the next day, just last practice, we're like, okay, we're gonna try this. And I'm like, I really don't know anything. Thanks. Now I feel a little defeated, but it's just like, ooh. But I suck. Like, it is so hard for me to catch on to some things. I did CrossFit, I've done OCR running, I've done other type of lifting, and I've gotten that faster. This one is taking forever. And then once I get something, it's like, oh no, we got to train a different part. And then it's like, then you almost mess up what you already knew, and you're like, I feel so stupid. I just feel like somebody in kindergarten who doesn't know how to color inside the lines
So,
anymore.
and it's like, how can a sport that you just have to use one arm, like apparently, right? Like one arm, one hand, do like one movement, and it doesn't it and it has this so many things to learn. Like
And how can you
it's
have better form on one side than the other? Like I can't even position myself the right way that I do on my right side that I do with my left. It's just like whatever.
yeah.
And
My
then
left is such a smarter puller than my right hand. It's ridiculous. Like
it,
my right is so mechanical that I have to like think through every move, where my left is like, we got this. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
It's like one side is already technical and the other side is the strength and the brute force. It's just like, well, how do you make them work, you know? So
Why can't I have both in both arms? Dag nabbit.
Right.
and yeah, when we're arm wrestling, why are my hips bruised so bad? Like I have permanent bruising. It's not even going away at 45. Let's just whatever. I'm
Yeah.
surprised I haven't ripped flesh. You go, because some tables, like Devin's armbent table, the thing is so thin that when we're hip in there and it's grinding, I go and check to see if I've cut myself. So no offense, Devin, I don't like pulling on your table. I like the thicker ones.
Never gonna come on the show now. We've dogged him like 3
I
times.
know. There's anything else we have to talk about here?
We like Jody, Devin. We're a huge fan of Jody. We like Jody. And Habry. We like Habry too. They're awesome. Good job.
I just remember those big ass cucumbers he was eating when he was cutting. Like, send me some of those because I think they were growing them. That's all I remember now. So half the time when I see Devin is him just crunching on freaking cucumbers, I was like, so that's what you do to cut? Okay, eat
Oh, when
cucumbers.
I met him, he smelled like maple syrup. He's chugging maple syrup from a bottle at VAL in May. It was great.
Ugh, I saw them in Florida and it was hot as hell. Everybody smelled.
Yeah.
It was brutal in Florida. But I'm
Oh, I
telling
was
you,
there.
the fans stayed though. The fans stayed. They did not care.
She's talking about the Challenger series that
No, it wasn't Challenger Series.
oh,
It was
was
the
it?
first East versus West in Florida where
Oh, in Orlando.
Devin pulled Chance.
Yeah.
I both my teammates pulled there. Ryan pulled Coach.
Challenger series.
That wasn't the Challengers.
No,
That
it was in Orlando.
yes, it was Orlando because that's when all the old time Chad was supposed to come down. They were doing all the old timers before him. No offense, Chad, you're not an old timer, but everybody for them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
I
saw
will
those.
get someone will make me slip and hit myself in the face again. So, but it was everybody that paved the
I
way. But
remember, like, I was sweating just sitting there watching.
it was
It
so
was
hot.
so hot.
Yes,
Like,
it was.
why is our AC working? It is. You just can't
Well,
feel
it
it.
wasn't.
I think
The rooms were great because even in the hallway, the AC was ridiculous.
No, I was saying about the people who were watching.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, yeah, because we
the
were
thing
at the
is, like,
bar. That was the
they
first
were
time I met
supposed to,
you.
yeah. They were supposed to fit like it was a room for 500 people. They put in another 300 chairs. And then, like, last minute, they put another 200. Like, so it's
Yes,
1,000 people to, like,
it was bad. I
spin
had
in
to.
the
I was.
air.
Yeah,
And, like, the lights on the stage, they were, like, super hot.
and then you
And,
add
like,
all the projection, like the sound, the heat wave from the sound that is projecting
it
too.
was
Like
ridiculous.
speakers get
Yeah.
hot.
our hotel rooms were nice. It was cool in there, and down at the
Yes.
restaurant wasn't bad. Yeah, because
Right.
that's the first time I met you. I have a picture of us, and your forearm is bigger than my head. And I was like, look at that. I was like, that's like an anaconda, or like no, it's like a python. She's just gonna. I don't want her getting a choking match or something. She's gonna put me in a sleeper in like 2 seconds.
I can't throw a punch. Don't worry.
I was like, y'all were all drinking and having a good time. It was actually really nice to see people in that element, you know.
Oh, yeah. At the bar, right. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
So, and I was like, and I'm
There's
just like,
something really funny about that. So I don't know. It's so unrelated, but one thing really,
That's
really
fine.
funny that happened was, so Sarah had the I Heart Arm Wrestling shirts that day, that first day.
Right.
So she gave one to Travis, and he didn't want to wear them at the time, so he just hung in his chair. All crazy people were there, like whatever. We laughed. He forgot his shirt there, and then we couldn't find it after we went back to look for it.
Right.
Okay, whatever, it's gone. Next day, we were at the restaurant to eat. The waitress came with the she
she's like, I want a free shirt.
She cut off his lips.
Amazing.
Serving the same people with the same people. She was like, "Our heart and wrestling. What can I do for you?" We were like,
You stole
Oh.
her shirt.
Get that.
I was like, "Sarah, we found it."
How do you gotta be like grateful that okay, she stole it, but at least she's representing it.
Right?
It was like, I, if I were her, like I would wear anywhere else but there.
Right.
Like, at least wait us to leave. I don't know, a couple of days.
Yeah.
So funny. We couldn't stop laughing when we went back there.
That's so funny. That's like stealing something from like your classroom and showing up at class the next day and like pulling it out. I got a new cell phone.
It was so funny. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's hilarious. Oh, I'm glad
And
you
she
told
cut
that
off his
story.
lips, so it was even funnier because there was not like, can you give it back? She's like, he was not gonna wear the cut off lips.
Right. I
Did
don't know. I
Sarah
probably would have.
did he ever get
that's
another
Travis.
shirt? Did he ever get another
I
shirt from Sarah?
I don't know. I think so, but
Travis, where's your shirt, man? You should have bought 3 more. That's what you get for leaving it. No respect. No respect for the
Travis
ladies.
won't give Artem a shirt, so Travis doesn't get a shirt. Until Sarah should tell him when Artem gets a shirt from Travis, then Sarah will give Travis a shirt.
oh my god,
Those two are hilarious.
that was
They're
hilarious.
so great. All right, so Gabi, besides your match, what match are you looking forward to the most at the Shaw Classic East versus West collaboration?
Okay, so 2 matches that I'm really looking forward. First is Todd Hutchins and Dave Shafee.
Yeah,
I
buddy.
think it's gonna be really interesting to see Dave coming out of a couple losses, going down in weight, and pulling like a beast like Todd Hutchins. I'm really, really big fan of him.
Love Todd.
Really full, yeah.
He's
We
freaking
pull like
hilarious.
same way, so we are
Full
friends in
buddies.
style. Yeah, full buddies. So that's gonna be interesting. And I think based on the last match of Brian and Eddie, because Eddie was like King's moving a bit and holding with the flop wrist. And I know Brian has a similar style, so but he's more experienced, and maybe more has more resistance in that position. It's more I don't know. And so I think although Brian beat Eddie, he fought for it. Like, wasn't easy.
Right.
So I think it's gonna be interesting to see how he performs after like 6 months of training against a similar but more experienced athlete. Similar in style.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Yeah. I go back and
Just
forth when
like
I
how
listen.
he's improving as an arm wrestling athlete.
Right.
Like, gonna be
Exactly.
that's the matches I'm looking forward.
No, I love it. I love it. I go back and forth a little bit between the Brian Shaw and Brandon Allen match, because everybody talks, everybody has their opinions, and then they're like, "Ooh, that's a good point. Ooh, that's a good point. Ooh, that's a good point." So I know,
Yeah,
like,
that's the only point I know. I don't know many.
No, but I mean, like, seeing what like, because we got a sneak peek at Brian's training with Neil. They've done a lot of stuff on Neil's page or whatever as far as Brian's training in arm wrestling. And I mean, he's learning all the good stuff. And he's learning exactly what he needs to know to be able to beat somebody like Brandon Allen. But is it going to be enough? And has it been long enough to really be to execute it well?
Exactly. So. Yeah, and like I think Brandon, she does King's move a bit when it's a good top roller, but it's Brian gonna be able to open his hand and up. Like, I don't know. So it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna and I personally I might be mistaken, but I haven't seen Brandon pulling actively in a while, or at least not in big matches. Right. So let's see how he's now that he's probably like more in. I don't know, like how much time he took off after he had a baby. So let's see.
He had a baby?
I mean,
Yeah.
they had.
You
Yeah,
know
his
what she
delivery
meant.
was so hard on him.
She's just being the teacher doing that grammar check.
No, I'm very excited to see how both Brian and Eddie do. I think my one of my top favorites though is definitely going to be Ricard and Pablo. So
Oh yeah, that one. I forgot about that one.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
think
be
that's my
interesting.
favorite.
I'm curious
Yeah.
to see how many people do the tournament, because the weight gap between men and women is always weird. Like the men get like a 20-pound difference between classes, and I think women's is like a 30. So I'm wondering, I'd like to
40.
see.
It's
Is it
29.
40?
Yeah, it's 149, 189, and 189 plus. So, which I mean, the classes, the 189 plus, they have 4 women in that one, and that one's gonna be that's gonna be a great class to watch. The 189 has 3 women, which are all friends
How
of
do
the
you know?
show. Huh? Because I know everything.
We
Where did you
we're
say
girls,
that?
we gossip. No, I'm just kidding.
Anna, Stephanie Spencer, and Camille Palmer. And then in the lightweight class, there are 2 ladies right now signed up.
I think
But
that's
they
what,
are allowing signups same day. Huh?
yeah. So like in the lightweights, Danielle and I don't know who else.
Haley.
But again,
Haley Johnson.
so and then we're gonna go back to Stephanie and Camille. Those two go back and forth
Back and
with
forth.
each other. So I know they're not tired of pulling each other because they're friends, but at
I'm
one point
excited to
it's
see
just like,
Stephanie pull Anna. I'm very
so
excited to see how she does against Anna.
yeah.
That'll be fun to watch.
I feel like there's a lot more West Coast and Midwest women than there are East Coast. I feel like they just go to, I just see them at more tournaments, traveling to another
Well,
tournaments.
you are not the star of the show. Thank you.
So it's me.
You, the dog.
Shut up. You're not the star of the show.
I know I'm not. My name's not on it, but
Dog will not leave me alone.
you gotta lock the door, Lucky.
Right.
Mhm.
They all just kind of congregated. So now I'm like holding back 3 because what they do is they all fight for attention. And so when one's getting pet, the other like 3 will come and be like, "Hey, we want attention too." So, and I don't have.
Do you know for the men's class what are they looking like in terms of how many?
As many? Yeah.
Yeah, because you gotta know hubby's coming to pull.
Ooh, that's right.
Is he?
Is he gonna pull?
Is your husband coming to pull?
He's thinking about it. Like he's still deciding to see like how he's gonna rest and feel
So
at the
what I
day.
thought was very interesting, which I think is hilarious, because if I hear one man complain about it, I'm gonna lose my absolute crap. Is they do not have a 154 class. They start at 176. And if one guy complains about not having a lightweight class, I'll be like, listen, do you understand what we women go through?
I mean, it's
Suck
like,
it up,
bulk up,
buttercup.
buddy.
So right now for the 176 class, why do they have all these buys? Ooh, it's like, oh, there's a lot. Holy wow.
Yeah, but what's your husband's weight class? He's what?
Yeah.
I don't want to
He's
say a weight.
240.
240 plus? Okay.
No,
Or
he's
no,
gonna
he's
he's
gonna
gonna
be
go
242.
Okay, 240.
242, yeah.
242. All right, so he has again a very stacked class. We are looking at 16 in that one right now. Let me see if there's
Are
any.
they running double elimination?
I
Like
think so.
what rule are we? So if the Shaw Classic, are they going to run? Are they running WAF rules? Since East versus West names kind of okay.
Yeah, it's double elimination WAP rules.
Yeah, I hate going to a tournament and it's like we're doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Please just pick one so we know how to train and argue and understand. I think that's why I like, as much as I suck at AAA rules, it's only like 30, it's 2 pages. I go to read IFA and WAF and it's a binder. I'm like, I printed that. I was like, oh my God. So AAA, like it'll take you 2 minutes. You're like, oh, okay, I got that. That's nothing. It's very simple.
Yeah, you're looking at 12 people, 2 Canadians and 10 Americans.
So what class?
For 242.
Oh, and 16 you said? For what class?
There's a round of 16, which is like the bracket, which is like the set brackets, but there's only 12 people filled in.
And 242 plus.
242 plus, yes.
Where are you looking at those information?
I told you, I know everything.
Wait, if we create spreadsheets.
I'll send it to you.
It's
literally public record. I will send it to you. It's on the website. I just like pretending I know things that other people don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That has 16, but they're allowing up to 24.
Yeah. Okay.
That one has Michael Ford. So, and then Rocco Viznik. He's from, what country is that? Siberia. Ooh. And Michael Ford's he has himself as Malaysia. I thought Michael Ford was Canada. I didn't know he was Malaysia. Alan Ford. That's what I was thinking of. Alan Ford's from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Ford was at Arnold's. And he did really well at Arnold's. I think didn't he pull at Knuckles Up too? The tournament at Knuckles Up 5? Gabi, do you remember?
I don't know names, so don't ask me.
She just told you already, like, I'm not good at names.
She don't know names. It's okay.
She'll remember a face more than a name. So yeah. I mean, wasn't that the first time Knuckles Up even did a tournament prior?
Yeah, because they wanted to do it for the Arnolds. They wanted to do an Arnold's qualifier.
Yeah.
So that's when I qualified for the 154 class, and then they put me up against Lee Aaron for my first round, both hands. And I never forgave them. I still wear their merch though.
Yeah, me getting Martha Swick in Michigan, I was like, really? Really? I couldn't get a new person first? I get the world champion like right off the rip. But it's still nice though. It's like I felt that power. I felt that hand. It's a respectful thing, but it's also like, man, fudge. So
yeah, it was with me at no, because I had at Knuckles Up, I had 4 classes. 3 of the classes, my first round were all Lee Aaron. And my 4th class, I was like, oh, I'll get a break. It's not Lee Aaron. Yeah, look at the name. Guess who it is? She's freaking Dugan.
Wow, at least it was not Lee Aaron.
Lee Aaron pulls all the classes. She don't care.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, but make sure you guys get to an Arnold qualifier. I'm super excited. I'm really excited for the Arnolds this year, or next year, technically. But
I gotta find one.
There's one in Florida.
Yeah, but I'm not doing anything right now.
I think it's after. It should be after. I think it's after.
I have WSA following, so I'm coming from September, October, and then I go straight in. So I'm doing a turn I got to pull the guys for WSA, and I was like, I kind of probably should have not, but I needed it, like my left. But hey, whatever, because I got to pull them and do the 0 through 176. It was actually nice to not be, I was the lightest person there out of everybody, but I got light to heaviest, and oh, freaking Shelby a 6 foot, like two, at least 260-pound man, a new person. And I was like, oh, you know. But it
Gotcha.
was fun. I like the fact that the guys were there to let me to work and get some table time in. So, and I only will pull if the men are okay with it because it's really more if there's no women, I just want to pull for experience.
Right.
So, but if a man says no, I don't want a woman in my class, I respect that. I will
Right.
sit down, you know.
Yeah.
So they were really good. I got a lot of new people and it was fun. So
Sam, well, we are going to wrap up here, and
this was fun.
this was a lot of fun. So, Gabby, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Why are you happy?
It was so fun. Yeah, we're ending this. Not so
Okay, first of all, out of the three of us, which one of us has to leave?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I scheduled a meeting at work at 9 p.m. I don't know. I don't know
No
why I did that.
No judgment.
That's all right. That's all good. 4 a.m.
We're
comes
gonna
early.
hang up on Gabby because Devin's never gonna come on the show ever again. and I have to go get all the clickbait stuff and put it all over so we can get our 37 subscribers to 500. So
We need to get we need to get more people. Yes, come on. Do
Yeah,
it for the
please, guys,
ladies.
subscribe.
Yeah, so we're helping sponsor ladies to get to tournaments here and there and helping, that's all about it. It's just giving back and helping this ladies get to tournaments so we can always say, hey, women are showing up more. So
exactly. Well,
Yeah,
Gabby,
that's awesome.
thank you so much for your time tonight. We really appreciate it. I've really enjoyed
Yeah,
this. It's been
thank
great
Oh,
to
I
see
loved
you
it.
again. And good luck next week. Remember, everybody go grab the pay-per-view. Shaw Classic is teaming up with East versus West for East versus West 19/Shaw Classic super matches. Gabby will be pulling Miss Jocelyn Brisson from Canada, and we are super just excited to see the results from that. We hope both ladies pull safe, pull hard, and just bring us an amazing match. So
Yes.
thank you so much.
That was a great close up.
Thank
Thank you for that. It made me excited to watch my match. So yeah, please, guys, just buy the pay-per-view or be there in person. It's gonna be a great show. So, and I'm really happy and I appreciate you guys having me. It was super, super fun. And yeah, I'll see how it goes.
Awesome. All right. Good night, everybody.